Hello, it's Elior back again for lesson number 2 of using the Linux command line. So today we are going to learn a few things. Sorry about that. I just did the whole lesson and I didn't hit record. So we're going to do the whole thing all over again. Woot! Okay, let's start off by looking at what's in my directory. ls. There is nothing in my directory that is not a hidden file. We don't care about the hidden files right now. Let us create a file that is not a hidden file. We're just going to touch it. We're just going to create an empty file called my file. All right, now let's ls. There it is. There's a file called my file. Let's see what's inside my file. We can use a command called less to read my file. Remember, I said it was empty. It is empty. There is nothing in there. So I can type Q to get out of there. And now we want to put something in my file. So we're going to use the very simplest of text editors within Linux. It's called Nano. And don't let anybody give you a hard time for using Nano. Yes, Nano is simple, but it's a great place to start because, as you will see in just a moment, you don't have to memorize anything. It gives you all the information you need right in front of your face. All right, so Nano space my file, hit enter, and here we are. So as you can see on the screen, it has all the commands that I'm going to need to be able to save, read the file, cut things, paste things, whatever. Right now we're just going to write some simple things. Hello. I am a file. A minute ago I was empty. Now I have words. That is so cool. I love my life as a file. Don't you wish your life was this simple? Yes, I do, file. Yes, I do. All right, Control O will write out the file. It's going to ask me if I want to write it to the same file that I opened up. The answer is yes. That's where I want to write it. And now I'm going to Control X to exit. All right, so now if I write less my file, there it is. Hello, I'm a file. A minute ago I was empty. Now I have words. That is so cool. I love my life as a file. Don't you wish your life was this simple? All right, I can hit Q to get out of here. And now I'm going to make a directory. mkdir is make directory. And I'm going to call it mydir, my directory. Now if I type ls, I can see that I have a directory and a file. What is in mydir? ls mydir. Nothing. There's nothing in mydir. So let me make a file in mydir. So I don't have to touch the file to begin with. I can just say nano mkdir slash what should we call this? Newer file. Yeah, that's what we'll call it. And now let's type out, hello, I am a newer file than my file. I think that I am the handsomer file. What do you think? You are handsome too. Yeah. All right, now let's write that. And yes, that is where we want to write it. And X, we have exited out. And now let's take a look at less mkdir newer file. And there it is. There's our file. I can hit Q to quit. All right, now I'm going to show you a few different ways to get to that file. We could type less tilde slash my dir newer file, and it'll give us the same file. Hit quit. We could type less slash home slash bleepy slash my dear slash newer file, and we get the same thing. So let's see why this is. All right, so I'm in pwd, I'm in slash home slash bleepy, which is my home directory, right? So here I'm using a relative path. I'm saying from where I am right now, go down into my directory, and then look at the file called new file. On this one, I'm saying I want you to go to my home directory, and inside my home directory there's a directory called my dear, and then inside my dear there's a file called newer file. And this one says, hey, go up to root, and inside root there's a directory called home, and inside home there's a directory called bleepy, and inside bleepy there's a directory called my dear, and then inside my dear there's a directory called newer file. Okay, so this one gives you the explicit all the way from the beginning path. This one gives you a shorthand because it knows that, or I know that I want to look for it in my personal home directory. And this one is just a relative path from where I am right now, move forward. Okay, so I can also cd to my dear, and here I could just say less newer file, and I would get there because newer file is under my directory, right? What if I wanted to read my file that's up one directory, right? If I ls ... I want to see what's in the directory, one directory above me. I can see that my file is up there. So I can also go less, let me read, up one directory, my file. And there we go. There's the file. All right. So let us get rid of my file because we don't need my file. So we're going to type rm my file and hit enter. Whoops. I'm a dork. I'm in my dir, so that's not there. cd up one directory. Now let's rm my file. There we go. Now it's gone. ls my dir is there. My file is gone. Okay, now I want to get rid of my directory. There's a way to get rid of directories called rmdir, but it's not going to work right now because my directory has stuff in it. So what happens if I say rmdir my dir? Right now it says failed to remove my dir. The directory is not empty. Okay, so I need to ls my dir. I see that there's newer file in there, so I can rm my dir newer file, and now I can rmdir my dir, and now there is no more my dir in my file. That seems like a lot of steps, doesn't it? So let's make dir my dir again, and let's touch my dir. I can't type. Another file. So now we've created ls my dir. We've created another file in my dir. And my dir is right here. Okay? So I want to erase all of that all at once. I can type rm -rf, and then my dir. So what that means is remove dash recursive, go down inside and delete everything inside this thing before you delete the thing. And the F means don't ask me if I should do this because I know what I'm doing. Trust me, just do it. And now it's gone. So now you've learned how to make a directory, make a file, write a file, remove a directory, remove everything inside of a directory, even if the directory is full, and you should be able to create stuff and get rid of stuff, which is pretty important. In our next short lesson, you're going to learn how to write your first bash script and how to make it executable. That'll be fun. All right, see you next time.